resource. Yeah. So resource group is a logical grouping of resources. Azure Resource Manager template is a JSON file, and we have looked at this one. A resource provider is a service that supplies the resources you can deploy and manage through resource managers. Okay. Resource group deployments. Resources can only exist in one resource group. Groups cannot be renamed. Groups can have resources of many different types, such as services. You have a resource group. Like, for example, you have web applications and database, you have virtual machines, you have storage. If you like, you can create, one resource group and you can connect all the services there. Or for different services, you can create different resource groups. You have both options. It's kind of like how you want to organize your instance. Resource manager logs. Logs mean associate the log with a subscriptions, resource group or resource. Logs are inherited by child resources. Read-only logs prevent any changes to the resource. Delete logs prevent deletions. So they will delete this one. Moving resources. So under resource group, we have subscriptions 2 and subscriptions 1. This is resource group 1, resource group 2. So that means your virtual machines, you can move from one resource group to another resource group. When moving resources, both the source group and the target group are locked during the operations. Services that cannot be moved, such as Azure AD domain services, express route, and site recovery and stuffs. So if I go to my virtual machines, menu, virtual machines, that's my VM1. So VM1 is part of resource group 1. Let's say I want to change some reason. I can select resource groups such as RG-East, this one, right? This one I just created now. I understand that tools and scripts associated with moved resources will not work until I update them to use new resource IDs. That's fine, click OK. Some reason if you want to move to different resource group, that means if you would like to move to different locations, kind of like that, change the locations and things, you can do in this way. Oh, it's taking a bit of time. That's okay. So we go back to our things. So that means it's possible to move from one resource group to another resource group. And you know that under resource group, we have region. So that means if you change your regions, let's say you create a new regions called, Central US or something, and or West Europe, you create another resource and you want to move your VM to there. So this is the way you can do. Now removing resources and resource group, if you do not want, simply you can delete. Remove other resources that you no longer use, ensures you will not see unexpected charges. Yeah, so around that, you may get a bit of charge if you're using some, resource group. Again, I have to log in. Okay. Because there's something doing. That's why I'm just opening another page. Okay, so if I go here, resource group, I have many resource group in here. So many different ways they get created. I've got many different resource group I have. You can use the PowerShell command to delete, or you can delete in this way as well. Now let's go back. Get dash AZ resource group dash name, this one, and pipe character, remove dash AZ resource group dash force, and then as job. So you can delete using the PowerShell command as well. Resource limit. Resource have a default limit, also known as quota, helpful to track current usage and plan for future use. You can often open a free support case to increase limits to published maximums. What it means, let's say in particular regions, if you'd like to create many stubs, then Microsoft do not want to give one company everything. They want to have control with that. Maybe they give you some other people, they will give it. So there's a limitations over there. But if your company need more stuffs, so pretty much you can request. You can request for more resource, and then they can allocate more stuffs over there. So that's why there will be resource limitations. So that's under that usage plus quota. So if I go here, if I go to my subscriptions, if I go to cost management, my subscriptions, this is my subscriptions, usage and quota. So every subscriptions will have certain usage and quota. Not found. So this is the network watchers. You get 100, that's the limit. You get 20% you have used, 20% you get 20, but you already used 4 CPU. So that's the kind of like a limitations you have. Yeah. 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 But if you want to increase, request increase, and then you need to submit like a ticket and stuff, and in this way, you'll get that money. So yeah, so it should be working, but it's showing nothing found. Yeah, now it's updated, right? Yeah, it's just take a bit of time, but now it's working. Move to RG is now is fine here. That's a very good options. Yeah, these things we have looked at. Now Azure Portal and Cloud Shell. So you're going to look at Azure Portal, Cloud Shell, how to use these stuffs. Azure Portal, search resources, services, and documents, right? You can search from here. You can manage resources, create customized dashboard and properties, access the Cloud Shell, and receive notifications, right? These things we have looked at. So mostly this is just like, descriptions of the portal. But what is a Cloud Shell? Cloud Shell is an interactive browser accessible shell, offers either Bash or PowerShell. You can use Bash and PowerShell both. Bash is for mostly Linux purposes. Yeah, Linux environment, you can use Bash. It's temporary and provided on a per sessions per basis. Requires a resource group, storage account, and Azure file share. Authenticates automatically. Integrated graphical text editors. Is accessible 1 machines per user account. Times out after 20 minutes. So these are the advantage we have. So if I go here, right, if I want to use the Cloud Shell, I can click here, this button, then soon it will provide me some informations. After that, subscriptions is there, but you need to create storage, because when you apply some command, it need to store somewhere. That's why you need to create storage. So I'll click create storage, then it will create that account.
So if you want to change it from, let's just say, you go into an environment that's already set up, you want to change it from Bash back to PowerShell, where would you change from Bash to
here.
PowerShell?
Here.
Oh,
Bash.
just something. Oh, okay.
PowerShell, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yep.
That's pretty easy.
Okay. So you can use the PowerShell as well. Just say confirm, then you can use the PowerShell. Authenticating to Azure and stuff here now is good. If I say get, dash, yeah, get dash.
What if it's the best command to use? You don't break anything.
Sorry?
What if make sure you don't break anything?
I think is it subscriptions? Yeah, there's a command around that. Yeah. Get is it subscriptions? If I say get dash is it subscription, I'm using tab as well. So in this way I can get a bit more details. So it will provide me the, get dash is it resource group, because I have some resource group, I can get that information, right? I have many of them, East, US, and this and that, many resources. Get dash is it VM. Get means kind of like a in my area, there's no water for 4 hours. Something happened in Sydney water. They're trying to rectify the issues. Someone did something, and it's a huge suburb, like entire 4-5 St. Andrews, Bardia, Inglebarn,
Oh, wow.
for a list of areas, yeah, don't have water.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, never heard like that, yeah. Bardia, Glenfield, Inglebarn, Macquarie Links, St. Andrews, Verraville, Boeing, yeah. Our crews are responding to a fault that is affecting water supply to customers in that area. Oh, that's a big fault.
Yeah. Not so long ago, it was Queensland, they had a massive power outage. And they had, it was 25 or something suburbs were all out, no electricity. And that was like
For how long?
a couple of hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a huge.
Yeah, big one. Can't live without electricity or water.
If it is weekend or something, we can go out somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
We go to market, shopping center, and do some shopping.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, unbelievable. It happens. That's a P1, that's for sure.
Yeah. So this is the Cloud Shell we can use. Cloud Shell, you can pretty much do many stuffs. Offers either bash or PowerShell is temporary and provided on a per sessions per user basis. That means if you close, that window will be gone. Requires a resource group, storage account, and Azure file share. So when you create the storage, automatically these things got created. Authenticates automatically. Integrated graphical text editor is assigned 1 machines per user account. Times out after 20 minutes. Now that's the cloud one. Now Azure PowerShell and CLI. We're going to look at Azure PowerShell, PowerShell commands and stuffs, and also we're going to look at Azure CLI. This is we're talking about on-premises PowerShell. So Azure PowerShell, with that we can create many stuffs. You can create virtual machines, you can create storage account and many stuffs. Connect to your Azure subscriptions and manage resources. Adds the Azure specific commands. available inside a browser via Azure Cloud Shell. That's what we have looked at. Available as a local installations on Linux, Mac, and Windows. Has an interactive and scripting mode. So let's say if I search in here, PowerShell, okay, I'll open my PowerShell from here and check in here, let's say connect -az count. So you need to have a PowerShell module. You need to download the PowerShell module. I think I have that one downloaded. I'll be able to log in. So it's give me the options to log in. I'll pick up my account. So if you could open your PowerShell command and then check whether you can do it or not. Right, so my one is connected. I'm okay with that, but your one is okay?
Yeah, it will allow the connection. I just got to pick in the account.
Okay. Yeah. So if it doesn't work, let's say if I go to our Dropbox. So basically we have in here some informations like how to install Azure PowerShell module. If I open this one, so basically we have to check your PowerShell versions. That's how we can check. To use Azure PowerShell, we can have yeah. So this is just to check the versions, but after that you need to use this one. Just copy paste, and then you deploy, and you need to do set execution policy remote site. After that, you can connect and test. So it's kind of like you need to download that module, and you need to provide remote connectivity. That's why remote signed, you need to apply this one, and then you'll be able to connect. So this is the instructions, and how to install CLI. This is the instructions we have as well. So this is the, if you'd like to install the PowerShell Azure module inside your device, you need to follow these instructions. If I go to now these details, yeah, get started with this one. That's how you can sign in. But if you want to sign in, again, you need to install this one. Install to run Azure Cloud Shell. There's some commands and steps. Yeah, you can do many steps, but same like a PowerShell module, you need to download the Azure. You can search from here. You can say download Azure CLI, this one. We can go to Microsoft Download Center, or no, or docs. This is a doc side. This is okay. I'll click on here. If you go down a bit, Not this one, but there's another account where you can. Yeah, there's many things you can do. Quick start for Bash in Azure PowerShell. That one, yeah. So to download that one, there's a option somewhere here. How to install CLI? Yeah, definitely we have in here. This one, install Azure CLI on Windows. Simply you need to click here. It's a .msi file. You can simply download that file. After that, it will be in your command prompt. That is, once you run, so AZ login, copy this one, try to log in that one and see it's working. Yep, it's working. It's the same command prompt, but you'll be able to use this one. But if you do not have water, you'll not find in the nearest shopping center as well, because everybody will buy that one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, it's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, no, I
hours.
never heard about that water crisis, or I mean, maybe something happened.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah. So there's some command and steps around that. So I'll check now. Yeah. So this, all these things, when I say is it login, I can see this. Can you log in as well? Ritesh, you following?
Yeah,
Yeah. So we got all the instructions in the Dropbox, but I'll send you this link. So with that, you can, okay, oops. With that, you can download that. Both of the module you need to download from online and install inside your machines. That's after that, you can test as well.
Yeah, it takes you straight there when you go through the command.
Yep, cool. So that means, yeah, mine one is already connected. So if I want to apply some commands, so I can, and with the command and stuff, so you can create, let's say, list subscriptions you have access to. I'll copy that one. It is actually showing me my subscriptions, account list, account details. set your preferred subscriptions, create a resource group. So AZ group, create locations West US, name my RG. You can create in this way. Copy this one. If I create, now AZ group create locations, it will create the, that my resource group, right? Name is my RG, right? If I go here, there, in my portal, resource group, it should be here. Or not yet. Maybe it will take a bit of time. No, here, my RG. Okay. Same way you can create virtual machines as well. You can do many stuffs with that. So Azure VM with PowerShell, Azure VM with CLI. So you got multiple, exercise in here. Let's say if I want to create PowerShell, I want to create one virtual machine. So I can here new AZ resource group, dash name, my resource group 2, just the name, locations East US. This is the resource group I have created. And now new AZ VM, resource group name this one, my VM name is VM2, East US, VNet 2. All these things you need to create manually. Open port number 80 and 3389. And what is this? See the small comma things in the top? Here. Can you see this one? There's a small things in here.
Yep.
Comma. That is because it's indicating next line. Next line.
Oh,
so if you put this one, that means next line, because they should be all in one big line. So it just like, let's go to next line, the next line, and next line like that. So if I copy the entire thing, and if I go to my PowerShell, this is the PowerShell command. Yeah, this one is connected one, right? I simply right click and it will execute all of them. PowerShell advantage is this kind of, it will bulk operations. It's saying that what is the username, Zahid, and username and password I have created, click OK. Now it's creating the VM. So if you need to create many virtual machines, that time you can use these bulk operations. Yes. So if you have the script, you can simply deploy in this way. Same with CLI. You just need to have a AZ VM create resource group, my resource group, this one, image, this one. This is one of the way, or you can create in this way, same thing. That's including admin name, password, everything you can create. No way, you can create straight away. Right? Let's say AZ VM create resource group, my resource group. I can actually create both of them. Route 999, route 999. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 16. Yeah, that will work here. So let's say I want to create this one. I'll copy the entire thing. Copy. I'll go to my CLI, because CLI is connected with cloud now. Right click. Oh, I cannot use those hash and stuff, right? But this is executed. Do I have any my resource group? Not sure. Name VM3. Maybe I have this one, that's why. So I'll be able to check if I go here. If I go to my virtual machines, VM2 is deploying. Oh, it's done already. Now new one also I think is New one, I think, is on the way. Okay. So PowerShell and CLI, you just need to do some practices around that. And we got some exercise in here. So simply you can use those steps in order to do some practices. How to create, VM with CLI, how to create VM with PowerShell. So pretty much these things will help you. Look at that. 3 is, yes, that one is also coming in.
So I see online still downloading.
Okay. Now after that, if I go to, so you can, this is multiple options. You can use Portal, you can use PowerShell, you can use CLI. It's based on, it's got all options, preference here.
All three all goes to the same.
Same place, same thing, yeah. Yeah.
It.
It depends, like, many different people, they're using this stuff. So somebody may be doing something with command prompt and stuff. So they'll use that one. Create an Ubuntu VM in your new resource group. My RG. Oh, this one I have created. Same thing, like a admin user name cannot contain uppercase, lowercase, admin username. Special character like that. What is admin username? Is it VM create dash my VM? That's fine. That's not. So PowerShell, we can say get module. In this way, it will show us the PowerShell module. So PowerShell and CLI we can use, but we need to download this one and then need to install with this process. With the CLI, we can create resource group as well. Cross-platform command line programs runs on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows, can be used interactively or through scripts. Commands are structured in groups and subgroups. Use find to locate commands. Use help for more detailed informations. Right, so these are the options we have. These things we just need to do some practices. Another thing we're going to look at, which is ARM templates. ARM stands for Azure Resource Managers Templates. So we're going to look at template advantages, template schema, template parameters, quick start templates. Templates advantages: improves consistency, express complex deployments, reduce manual error-prone task, express requirements through the code, promotes reuse, modular and can be linked, simplifies orchestrations. Template means maybe you already have some configurations there, so you can reuse those stuffs. So that's the advantage we have with templates for development, productions, and quality assurance purposes. We can use template. Template schema. Schema means structure. This is the structure. So define all the resource manager resource in a deployment is written in JSON format. JavaScript or notations is that format. A collections of key value pairs. Each key is a string. Each values can be a string, number, Boolean expressions, list of values and objects. That means when you put some informations in here, they can be in this format. Usually it's written in this curly bracket, and under that you have this schema, then content versions, parameter. Each of the value we can put in here. Usually, let's say you'd like to create one of the, you want to deploy one of the virtual machines. You can use this template. That template may contain all the virtual machines, informations, and you can deploy again and again. That's another options. It seems like a PowerShell, but this is PowerShell is one language, but this is kind of like another language. Yeah. Template parameters specify which values are configurable when the template runs. This example has two parameters, one for a VM's username and one for its password, like that. This is the parameters. You can have username for the VM, and password, you can have the password for the VM. So they are the parameters. Now, quick start templates. So there are many different templates available. You can simply download and you can use them. Resource managers templates provided by the Azure community provides everything you need to deploy your solutions and serves as a starting point of your template. That means there's thousands of templates already there. You can simply use them. Sometimes you can modify them as well. So let's do some of the steps around this template. Azure ARM templates. So let's say we'll use one of the templates. So this is a PowerShell command to deploy the template. But what is this template? Template need to be in JSON format. So I'll right click on this one, and I can use any of the editors to create this template. Let's see, I have, that is called Visual Studio Code. This is one of the editor, same like Notepad++, same like a Notepad. So this, yeah, this one, let's say I can go to File, Open File. I can go to this ARM template. I got Azure Deploy JSON file, open that one. So this is the files. We have a schema. The schema is kind of like a locations where this file is located. Version numbers, parameters, variables. It doesn't have those things. It's just empty. But it has some resources. Resource name is kind of storage account name, ID. And this is name will be standard LRS. Like that's a type of storage account. And it will be created in East US. So these are the informations. Structure is like that, but you can make some edit. Yeah. Let's, instead of West East US, you can put West. Yeah. So you can make some changes in here, but the structures need to be like that. So once you do this one, then you'll have this file. But now this file, how to deploy? This is about PowerShell command to deploy. So, oh, there's some template over there. That's good. We got template, these locations, and we want to create new storage account. And we can deploy that template. Like template, whatever we say, those things will be deployed. So what I'll do, let's say I need to have a locations for this one. This is the locations, but this is a bit of long locations. I'll go to my C drive and see I have this file. So this one I'm going to deploy. So if I want to deploy that one, I'll go there again, or I can open that file. Yeah, this one. This file. So template equal to C colon that one. I just define my locations. After that, new Azure resource group deployment, name storage one, resource group name my resource group. Template is that template I want to deploy. So I'll copy the whole thing. And I'll go to my PowerShell command. Right click on this one. Now it will deploy that stuff to cloud. It will create one of the storage account. There's another method. Simply, you can have your own PowerShell command or CLI. We can create a storage account with that, no problem. But this is kind of like a JSON template you can use to deploy your things. So ARM template, if I copy this one.
Set up all my scripts.
Yeah.
I'll just change a few words around.
Yeah.
So I go and then just paste.
Yeah. So that's the way to use the PowerShell command. Yeah, I just have a bit of example how to use this one. Deploy your fast template. So it has the entire informations. This is the exact same thing we are doing at the moment. After that, we'll be able to see from the PowerShell, or it will show you the information. Let's check. Succeed, right? So that means it's created here. And if I go to my portal, yeah, you can verify the deployment. If I go there, I'll be able to verify. So if I go to my virtual machines, I go to my storage account. Yeah, this is the new one. This is for the Cloud Shell. When you use the Cloud Shell, it's created one. This one I have just created now. If I click on this one. So this is my storage account, and under that we can.
Yeah, you see the timestamp.
Which one?
Timestamp there. You can see it went through on 12:40. Yeah.
Yes. JSON view. If you'd like to see JSON view, it's see you can download as well. You can exactly same thing. You can. This is just like. So it's actually you don't have to create. It's more on everything is there. You can do some edit and then you can reuse them. Yeah, it's always there, and you have a download options as well. Even if you create new virtual machines, you can download their JSON files. Let's say if I go here, even storage account, if I create new one. Is it take or no?
Yeah.
Advanced networking, this one, tag, review. See, once it's done, see the download a template for automations. So you can download this one, then you can manage the same thing as well. Look at that. This is the, so everything that's how they set up the portal. In the back end, everything you do, is they have this format. That's the template. So you can download the template, you can make some changes, and you can use again and again. That's the advantages. So that's also ARM templates. No. Templates, documents. Templates, Azure Pipelines overview, templates, Azure Data Factory, templates overview. So this is another option. So you do not have to use this one, but you can use it. So there are many templates we have around that. So that's pretty much things we can do with these templates. So you can do some practices from our locations from here. You can create schema, parameters, specify which values are configurable when the template runs. This example has two parameters, one of a VM username and another is a password. There's a quick start templates. This is the locations here. That's what I was looking for. Templates. Yeah. Quick start templates are currently in the gallery, most popular one. So see, many templates we have available. Deploy a simple Windows VM. Create a deploy template specifications. There's many different solutions based on the what you actually configuring. You'll find these stuffs in here. So we have these quick start templates. You can see that you can use this. This is the sites azure.microsoft.com/unus resources and templates. If you go there, you can see there's a many different template, thousands of templates. Deploy simple Windows VM, or if you work with different product, there's many different template we have available. Let's say storage related something. Template name, author name, most popular one. Many different templates here. Windows VM with Office 365 pre-installed. So entire things will be there. So coin stubs, Ethereum. Create new Ubuntu VM pre-popular with Puppet agents. So there's many different Python proxy on Ubuntu using custom script extension. So there's many different developer stubs that are available. A developer can use those systems again and again. So ARM template also, you just need to do some practices around that. Gallery and templates, so pretty much, yeah, these are the steps you can do. So these chapters mostly about, we looked at, resource group, moving resource group, right? And resource log is simply, if I go here, my research group, if I go to my research group, I can have a logs as well. Logs means if I add the logs, other people will not be delete this one. That's the thing. If I click add, log name, log one something, log type, delete log, or read only. So if you see read only, so other people will be able to see. If you put delete, so they will not be able to delete this one.